Hon James Kakooza, I want to interest you to read the law properly. The issue of nomination which he's talking about there does not arise and apply to him. The moment you are elected, that's what the law says. When you are elected to a new parliament, you cease being a member. And who triggers off this election? The East African Legislative Assembly is what triggers off, not our speaker. The speaker there is the ones who triggered off the election by writing to the Ugandan parliament that the following two positions must be filled. Deadline 15th April. He has not comprehended the law. Knowing the law is different from comprehension of the law. By the East African Legislative Assembly Act, a sitting member of parliament does not qualify to contest for these two positions. Why? Because you cannot be in two parliaments at the same time. The current parliament goes on up to May 12 after swearing in. The parliament at East Africa goes on up to 2027. So you cannot be a sitting member of current parliament and you qualify for this parliament. So I want to interest those MPs who want to come, not to come. They should not pay the 2 million because it will be lost money. Why? Because they are still in parliament. If you lost our internal election recently, you do not actually say, since I lost, I'm not. You are still a member of the 11th parliament. The 11th parliament will constitute the voters. So you cannot be a voter as well as a candidate. So these are only for those who are not in the current parliament.
Some have been here, like the woman member of parliament from Itoma.
He lost and they resigned.
Anyone who lost the election but still in the parliament does not qualify. Because the current parliament 11th goes on up to May
12th.
Okay? The 12th parliament is the one where they lost. They can't be in 12th parliament. But the electorate will be members of the 11th parliament. So you cannot be an electorate as well as a candidate. It will be done tomorrow. Okay? And then we take them for what we call party scrutiny by SEC. The SEC does the scrutiny. We do all the processes, we present them to SEC. Why do we nominate you? When you have all the qualifications is when we nominate you. When you're not a sitting member of parliament, we shall nominate you. That's why nomination is done by the Electoral Commission of the party. After nomination, the ones who qualify after nomination will then be presented to the sieve called SEC. Now when SEC says we have sieved, all of them are good, SEC forwards them to the caucus, which will sit on Friday. If SEC says no, we have only sieved and we have recommended 2, we shall take the names to the caucus. But SEC being a democratic body, usually it wants to audience to touch base with them and talk to them. And if they say all of you are okay, go. The Electoral Commission should carry on with the elections. And the caucus will vote. And we pick the 2. So far, so good for NRM as a party.